Hello, you wonderful humans. Welcome to your monthly numerology video on Radiant Reality. So, I am Raphael. I am an astrologer, a tarot reader, and a numerologist and an energy worker. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you. And what I'm doing here is getting into the grit, right, of the numerology of this month. Now, you're going to get your overview, and then also you're going to get your breakdown for your specific life path. But before we get into that, one thing that I want to mention here is the way that I tend to do these is um, I obviously offer astrology readings, I offer tarot readings, and I also give you numerology readings. And what's really important to consider here is that each one of these is going to give you a different slice, right? So, as it stands, you are a person of mind, body, soul, and spirit. And your astrology tends to favor your ascendant sign. Tarot tends to favor your sun sign. Numerology is really about your own grand timing with your own rhythms, frequencies, energy, and vibrations. And obviously, what's tied into that is your energetic self as well. So each one of these is giving you a specific yet unique slice and snapshot of how the month ahead is going to really work for you. So I encourage you to watch your astrology for your ascendant, to watch your tarot for your sun sign, and also to watch your life path readings and predictions because this is going to give you how things are unfolding for you with your own energetic, numerological, vibrational sequence, right? How this is going to unfold for you. So, with that said, let's get straight into it. So, the month of July is it's an interesting month because it's a universal seven month, but it's a special type of seven. It's what we call a karmic debt number. So it's a 16/7 effectively, right? So this month has is going to carry some extreme undercurrents. We've got a karmic wave of change that's really going to align with your soul's spiritual reckoning and also potentially your, and I dare say I use this word, but your purpose. The question really isn't about what's changing, but what's ready to be aligned with the truth of your own spirits, your own spiritual self. Now, you're being asked to really look honestly at the cycles and the patterns of the life that you've built. Where are they unbalanced? Where have they become a rut that's disguised as stability, right? This is a time of deep reflection, not surface level journaling, but really a soul level audit of the life structures that you have committed to because they are things that you do consistently. With the seven energy resonating to the same frequency as Neptune energy, the real inquiry becomes what spiritual energy is running through your days and does it match what you know to be true for yourself, right? At that deep sort of inner core level. This is where logic meets intuition, where spirit meets soul. The conscious and the subconscious are going to collide this month. And in that clash, clarity is going to come forward, right? Your greatest currency this month, truthfully speaking, is knowledge. Knowledge of self, knowledge of truth, knowledge of what no longer serves you. Gather it, guard it, let it empower you. That's what all of this is about, right? Whether it's a new direction that's opening up for you, a skill that you're meant to master, an unspoken truth that's kind of like arising or bubbling up from your subconscious to the surface. Power this month really belongs to those that are willing to learn, right? And because this is a karmic debt vibration, that 16/7 that I was talking about earlier, be mindful of what you are investing in energetically, emotionally, spiritually, right? The choices that you're making at this moment in time are going to ripple far into the future. So, my three tips for you for this month for really finding that balance and digging into it, or really tapping into your own personal gnosis. One, keep your feet on the ground, right? Deal with the facts, then check those facts with your spirit. All right. Two, find the warmth, whether it's with people, whether it's places or passions, seek the warmth in all its forms. That's what's going to be your anchor, right? What is it that makes you feel warm in your soul, in your spirit, in your emotions, in your mind? When I talk about warmth, I'm not necessarily talking about like from like a thermal perspective. I'm talking about, like some people, like it's just nice to be around them because they're naturally very warm. That's what I'm talking about. Find the warmth this month. Number three, balance the hermit mode with connection. Yes, introspection and spending time in self-analysis and time decompressing from other people's stuff is going to be very vital this month. But so is having a sounding board. So is having somebody to chuck certain things around, whether that's a mentor, a therapist, a trusted friend. These things are going to be essential this month, right? So find that voice, find that person that you know you can speak to on a level that you can really chuck things about with. And then finally, this month, the signature question of this month that is really being asked of you is, where in my life have I mistaken comfort for alignment? All right, I'm going to say that again. Where in my life have I mistaken comfort for alignment? Once you really dig into that question and you answer and you understand what the answer is for you, I'm telling you, everything else is going to really flow that much better, that much easier. With that said, stay tuned while we get into your personal life path breakdown. Hello, you wonderful Life Path 2 person. Welcome to your July breakdown. So, we're going to get into what this month is going to show up for you in all of these different sectors of life that I'm going to explore for you. So, when it comes to your money this month, it's really about wisdom through experience. You're not being asked to hustle harder, you're being asked to really see clearer. And if anyone has, the kind of the monopoly on seeing things, especially intuitively, it's you guys. Where has money been tied to emotional negotiation in your life? Where is it that where maybe you've overgiven, right, in hopes of being supported back in some way, shape, or form? Where is that sort of energy unevenly stacked in your life? This is your month to really review the energetic agreements around money, around debts, around help, shared resources. It's really a time for you to mature your money mindset this month, not through guilt or scarcity or anything like that, but just through really honest self-reflection. You might need to do some breathing or to get some breathing space around this, to do some breath work. I suggest a long walk out in nature on the topic, especially where you've overgiven and now you're starting to feel resentment because of it, right? That release alone will really help your ability to draw money, finances, and abundance to yourself. Lastly, what are the boundaries that you have around money, if any, and what are you doing about them if you don't? Now, when it comes to love, this month it's less sort of, in love, it's kind of less about the romance and more about the truth. You're being asked to really look at the heart of what this is. What are you projecting? What are you perceiving? Right? And the way that this will show up for you is it's about clearing the illusions and facing the karmic dynamics with a softness and a strength that really only you guys can bring. If you're single, this is the month that you release that ideal partner fantasy and start calling in what is real and what is reciprocal to you. If you're partnered, it's a time for you to take stock of the relationship and ask yourself, are we both evolving? Right? Or is one of us clinging to a certain way, of the relationship being and dragging the other person along with us? Or are you being dragged along? It's therefore really an ideal month for you to get to the heart of how your spirit aligns with a partner or doesn't, as the case may be. Finally, for those of you that are single, get real. Are you a passive bystander who demands to be taken care of, right, under the guise of softness, or are you an active participant who brings your own energy to the table? This is a time to get really honest with yourself. Now, when it comes to health, for your health, it's really simple. Release emotion, shame, resentment, obligation. They're all sitting in your body somewhere. So find those feelings, right? And when I talk about emotion, I'm talking about the negative emotions, right? When it's shame and resentment and obligation and feeling like you have to do something, even when you don't. Ask yourself, where is that stuff living in my body? If you've been feeling tired, if you've been feeling puffy, if you've been feeling sort of a little unclear or maybe off track in some way, it's energetic. Your body is mirroring your emotional bandwidth. And this is always true for you guys, especially, but this is the time to clear that, right? To cleanse it, to let it go. Grieve if you must, right? But get outside, stretch, cry, clean out your space, get rid of what you've held on to for other people for too long. Anything that really reconnects you with the natural world, absolutely going to help you this month. Visit the valleys, go to the peaks, go to the mountains, places of power that remind you what it is to be part of a vast and wise and incredible universe, right? This is, and I will say to you this month, release is essential, right? But so is connection. And since that's really what you rule, right? Connection, the real question becomes, are you a part of the whole or are you kind of just drifting through it, right? Are you in your body or are you just using it? When it comes to your career this month, career could feel a little bit restless this month, especially if you feel like you're being pulled in different directions, or maybe even that people just aren't seeing your true or full value. This is actually the moment for you to experiment, to get a little bit rowdy with it all, right? Try new methods, shake things up, share more of your intuitive take on things. This energy is really asking you to shake it up. Take the bull by the horns. Remind yourself what excites you about your career. And if the answer is nothing, then it might really be a time for you to start getting serious about addressing that and saying to yourself, what do I truly need more of in my professional life? Being intentional about going after it and not being afraid to be experimental. Now, I get it. We've all got bills to pay. We've all got lives to live. And, the real world stuff has to happen. Not everybody can work their purpose or whatever, but you can infuse more of what you love into the work that you do. And if you're not getting that at the moment, what are you doing about it? When it comes to the warnings of this month, right? Things that you need to be sort of aware of. Be mindful of people pleasing in disguise, right? Saying yes when your spirit is kind of screaming no. This is, and there's a potential this month that there's a bit of a temptation to distract yourself, to numb out, or, just kind of avoid confrontation, as can sometimes kind of be your default setting. But for you, avoidance is really self-abandonment this month, right? Don't rebel quietly, speak up, say the thing, right? Get it off your chest. Because this is another way of releasing that stuff that's living in your body. Let people be a little bit uncomfortable if it means you're finally being honest with yourself and with them, right? Ask yourself, are you taking yourself too seriously or not seriously enough, right? When was the last time you took a risk? Watch out for things like overindulgence or addiction. And I will say, don't become a slave to your own urges or desires. That's not freedom. It's just addiction with another mask on, right? So watch out for these things this month. Now, if you want to get more insight or more information on this, you can download my free numerology PDF. It's in the description box below. It's a whole lot of insight. It's a whole lot of purple as well, because it's one of my colors, right? But it's packed full with powerful insights about your life path, about your personal year cycle, and lots more in there as well. If you feel like you're ready for a greater sense of clarity and alignment, and you really think, you know what, I want a spiritual strategy, then book your one-to-one numerology reading with me. You can do so on the link in the description box below. We're going to map out what's going on for you for the next 3 months and really dig into the core of it. So with that said, have a fantastic July. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I wish you all of the best. Take care and I'll see you soon.